welcome, welcome. So, let's talk about why that woman came on the bus and takes out her medicine bottle, right? And look, they're looking over there at the Walgreens. All right, like I said, you can always tell the perps and what it is that they do. You know, how they use what is called power of association, right? Again, also, neuro-linguistic programming, right? Triggers and anchors. Okay, I understand what it is that they do. Okay, because when she got on the bus, she didn't have, because I was behind her, so I saw when she got on the bus. She didn't have the medicine bottle in her hand, but because again they know I have a headache, right? And I just forgot to take. Well, I didn't really forgot to take my medicine. I think my mind is being suppressed to not think about taking my medicine. You know, because I'm usually good at taking my medicine, particularly when I got a headache. You know, and this is a constant headache that I've been having. They're always going to be grabbing on the ear. Look how she's moving her thumb and her finger. Again. All right. So this is what they do. All right. All right. So anyhow. Well, that's to show you that how they're in my mind and in my business, but yet they talk about mind your business. Okay, I want you guys to understand that. They send me subliminal message about leave your business alone. Well, motherfucker, you all in my business, right? So it goes to show you that they don't want you. Everything that they do, to you as a TI, is to try and prevent you from exposing what it is that they do. And exposing who that they're using to target you, right? This is everything that they do. It's all based on that, all based on false narrative, right? A negative labeling, right? The weaponization of those with the people within your community, particularly the religious believers, because they're more easily manipulated. They don't have any critical thinking skills, and you know, it's all again to label you. When they can, you know, when they can't entrap you to the point where they can try to incarcerate you, institutionalize you, they go back to the labeling, right? This is what they do. Like I said, I've been studying this program, studying their behavior, their attempts to do these things, right? Using the police department as for coercive threats. Also, they understand that when people see people in authoritative position, they have a gun and a badge, they're more likely to follow what they're being told. Regardless of what they're being told is illegal, criminal, wrong, they're going to follow without question. Why? Because again, what kicks into their brain again is because, and also if they've been told that they are not going to be held accountable, it's all the more reason, right? We see this, they do studies on this all the time. Right? They do, you know, the Stanford's prison experiment, the Stanley Milgram experiment, and they do these things over and over. Look at Darren Brown. Again, when people are, and the whole thing of using psychiatry is to make it anonymous, right? So they're not wearing a mask, but because they can call you crazy, or they can say, oh, you know, you're delusional, or you're this and that. It gives them that feeling or that belief of being anonymous. Okay? You gotta understand. They understand human nature. They understand how to manipulate people. They understand how to engage in psychological warfare. This is why you start to see the gender warfare also. The gender warfare, again, it's a psychological warfare that is perpetrated on us, and particularly us in the black community, particularly black people. That gender warfare is heavy being waged on us. You know what I'm saying? But again, you know, it's easy to do that to us, particularly as black people, because of the condition that we're in. Because the vast majority of us are in a, you know, we're the working class, working poor, what have you. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy to put the, you know, if you go watch the movie Doom. Part 2. Go watch the movie Doom Part 2, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. There's a part in that movie where, what's his name? They call him the Magi, right? And she says that we need to make the people believe. We're going to start amongst the poor, right? Those that don't have any power, those that are at the bottom of society. And once you get them to believe, and why? Because these are the vast majority of people, right? So she said once you start amongst that group, and then once you have that group believing, then forget it. Then it's you basically have tens of millions of followers, to follow you. Okay, these movies still give you the truth in a way in which you think is just in the movie, but no. When you look at the majority of religious believers, they are who? They're amongst the poor, the downtrodden, right? Those looking for hope, those looking for a sense of belonging, those looking for a sense of purpose, right? This is what they do. This is why you can get these Negropeans out here standing out here on a Sunday, handing out pamphlet about a God or Jesus that doesn't exist, because they don't know the history. They're not educated in the history. They don't know. They grew up indoctrinated with that belief system, and they do it to their children. Okay? They indoctrinate their children into this false belief system because they don't know the history. They don't know the history. They don't know historical timelines to say, well, let me cross-reference this and this and that. They don't. It's just belief. And belief is what have us at the bottom, right? Whereas people who know, people who engage in scientific advances, they're at the top, right? They're at the top. But they'll have the poor and downtrodden believing, these people time will come, whatever. No, they're living in their heaven. Right, you're living in your hell trying to talk about you saving, trying to bring you to Jesus to save your soul. Jesus don't exist. He never existed. Jesus is a figment in your imagination. He's a character in a book, right? In a fictional book, that is. And that's it. But you can't tell them nothing because they know they're Jesus. They know they're Jesus more than the biblical scholars who actually went to Rome, who went to Alexandria, who went to these places, look at the historical documents, right? And this character was a creation of the Romans. Black scholars have been telling you this for a long time. And then what they'll try to do now is try to legitimize the Jesus by saying, this person said, no. You look at any point in history that is actually documented, right? You have more than one sources. So that's what makes them credible. If you have more than one sources and the stories are very similar and very much alike, or even the same, right? Right? But not only do you have the evidence, the archaeological evidence, but you have the written evidence also, the documented evidence to back it up. Right? This is what black ancestors, African ancestors did. Right? They wrote their history and they wrote it in stone, as well as papyrus. Because they were like, we have to record our history because there's other groups of people who coming in, invading. We need to write our history because they're going to write theirs, and they're going to not write the truth. See, and that's what happens. All right. So yeah. But people don't quite understand. They don't know. Okay, I feel sad when I see black people stand out here, preaching about Jesus, because it it's like once you know the truth, you can never go back to that bullshit, and that's what makes it, that's what makes the truth powerful. But that's what makes it sad, because these people, they don't want to know the truth. And again, it's not their fault. They've been conditioned to, when they hear the truth, they get turned off from it, right? They suffer from cognitive dissonance. This is what happens, right? And cognitive dissonance is a serious psychological trauma-based mindset, because again, when you're programmed with lies, the truth, you're going to be upset and angry of the truth and the people who's telling the truth. So again, I'm not surprised. I am not surprised. Anyhow, talk to you guys in the video. Or once how they start showing their phones.